What's up? What up, guys? Yesterday, I was in Walmart about 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday, and you had some people of employee mumbling her words, biting her words, and saying, "I ain't part of nothing. You pick up on me, you gonna get it. You gonna get your ass." But I want to tell you something. There's so much of lies going on in Dallas, and you got people that's doing anything to win. And when you dealing with the lies and the conspiracy charges with Trap Boy Freddy in the community, and we dealing with Trump voters, and where people are being now. Yesterday, a man feeling paranoid. I don't know what's going on with you, um, but whatever your theory is, keep it to yourself, man. Now, keep it to yourself because people think wrong, getting all uncomfortable. Some customers was comfortable, other people wasn't uncomfortable. But the employees misbehaving mindset. And when I was standing by the door yesterday, a Mexican accent, all irrational with a jacket, I'm not going to stand for it. That's one of the things I'm not going to stand for. Whatever your theory acting up, you ain't part of. You go your own reason. Let me tell you how this is going to go. Dylan Miller can't always have things his way. Now, this is about your corporation, about Texas Walmart behavior, and and all these things that's going on in the Ford plan and going on. Let me tell you something. I'm not worried about Texas Walmart. I'm worried about when everybody said on Instagram and the customers and everybody that I touched around the world that wanted me at the Walmart position. And right now, Doug Miller and the CEOs not just failing me, they fell in the customers. They fell in the other people that was at the Walmart. And they fell in God and Jesus. This is the problem where Texas take your value for granted. And the employees take your value for granted. You know, T.I. said something about get money start the way he wear baby Hubert Jr. sell a baby legend. T.I. said something about it ran all out of good people in this world. When you step out that door, nobody cares about you. Let me tell you something. I worked with somebody named Grizz. And Grizz took me to NASCAR. We ate together. We went places together. And he's a great man. And I had another employee, co-worker, that was a very good co-worker, man, 1216. And he's black, and he's always coming in there. Every time he's a cashier at 1216, he always say, Hubert, you're going to get your chance. You're going to get your shot. And he's black. And in 2019, I'm so used to talking to him, and we fell out of, we don't talk the same like no more because we've been out of the workflow with each other. So it got kind of weird one time when I was by the register talking to him because we can usually talk for hours and have a conversation with the other coworkers. So, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? So that's one of the things I like working at Walmart. Even if I'm getting in there late and I'm coming in the evening and he's there, and I had that great conversation with him and with some of my coworkers at night. And I just think that's great when you have that combo. I mean, it was a little bit off. He knows he always speaking good, the positive out of him just not being a manager, at being a cashier, and he see my potential. And Jello asks if you have a corporation party, you would you like that? I would like to have this person. Yes, will you screen tomorrow? Yes, I would like to have this cashier that at 1216. He know who he is, and I just think he's a very positive leadership more than Charles. And I'm gonna tell you something. My workers, my manager, my coworkers at nighttime, and the person I first started working with before Keith and everybody else, they always believed in me. They always wanted me to do more. But if you got management trying to stop that, Jeff and Steve and narcissists of certain black managers, I really never had no problem with my coworkers on the aisle. So that's the thing at 1216. But Renee want to throw her mindsets of the ability of that. You know, and we talk about honesty. I'm giving honesty. You know, people want to play with value and want to play with Jesus and when to Jesus showed them the ability of what he can do. And that's the greatest tool out of our concept. You know, um, I signed my contract the other day. The lady, she's acting different this time, right? When she passed my aisle, her behavior changed. When she passed the aisle again, she didn't intimidate. She did all of this. So she kind of behaved herself in a way yesterday when I came back up in there. So what I did, I saw the Wildlife police officer after I called, and she's getting ready to call. I can see the police officer mindset the day before yesterday, and his behavior was kind of off because he didn't come to my need as a customer that called first. So to watch him step out of his car, I'm already watching his spirit and his mindset that he's on their side. So let me tell you what I did. I went home. I went walked home. I should have. I would have went on my phone. I could have went to the phone and went to the civil rights devotion. It talks about if you getting discriminated on store sidewalk and then the rest of that. So I didn't want to just do the Google thing because I had to get the address and find out where I'm at and all of that, and keep that all on a piece of paper or where you're going at. So those are the things that we have to understand. She intimidated. She looked at me. Her mindset, her spiritual behavior. You can tell by spirit behavior, and the employee's been doing that. So you got to understand the body motion of a human, the body motion of a human, and how humans act. That can be the greatest thing in how a human act, and the body motion of the spirit. So yesterday, I'm saying on these things, and I'm asking the state of Texas do not tamper with things, and it is going to get a very serious role. You know you was wrong. The prosecutors do not tamper with things. Now they doing some sneaky stuff, and they know they wrong. They doing some sneaky stuff, and they know they did wrong. So that I know that about the conspiracy to lie charges because Trap Boy Freddy is trying to get away with Yellow Breeze in them. They know all of these things that's what's going on. But the concept of they want to stick to their way, you can have it. My idea was to bring Dignity Channel to Texas. That was the main concept of the ideas before Yellow Breeze and them lied and Trap Boy Freddy in South Dallas. And let me tell you something. Y'all got no sense. And if I'm just saying, I'm just giving my expectation. If I was in the leader of a gang, and I'm just giving my expectation on how things. And I'm watching the 1994 gang members in Fort Worth, and I'm seeing the mindsets of them, and me understanding the mindsets of them, and understanding that the more they mess with us, the more we gonna mess with them. No, you don't mess with them. You go to the civil rights. Stop recording. Last night, that person had their body camera, right? And all I do is I could have got on my phone before he even got, and I could have went to a civil rights devotion. And before they even got, and I could have put the address, the street, the behavior, but I decided to wait till I got home to do it. So it's different from what I did in last July when the wildlife police intimidated. So I waited till I got home to do the situation. So we don't do danger on the community and do stuff violence back. That's something that you don't do in that format. A leader got to be more smarter than that, and he got to be more smarter than that. So how can you understand those things? Yesterday, that police officer had her whole camera on her. I talked to them. You got your camera. You got everything that you have. So he coming out there screaming. I have a right to be on the sidewalk. You coming out there screaming and doing those things you don't supposed to be doing. So, and you're doing it. I'm not playing. And yesterday, the lady said, if you're playing loud music, now I'm on my phone, so I'm not really playing loud music. I'm on my phone talking. I had one neighbor come up to me. All he had to do was tell me, one neighbor in my community, but I need you to quiet down at nighttime. And I had one neighbor telling me when I was crossing the alley. So I just need you to quiet down. So a lady that came through my alley said, shh. And I respected that. You see, the understanding of you respecting people and understand it's late to respect that. Quiet down a little bit. Okay, now again, I lowered my tone just like in the library. I was in the library in 2019. They say, shh. record your tone. So you got to be really quiet to understand where people are trying to sleep. So, and all of that, he's in the back alleyway. His house is way at the front. He's in his back garage. I said, dude, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I'm not in the neighborhood making no noise. I'm not doing those things. I'm in those domains. So I could say if it was 11 o'clock and I was playing my music, but I'm not playing my music. So it's the way that you handle things as a leader. And y'all leaders, these leaders in gangs are not handling their way. Stop recording and go on a civil rights devotion. You got the street, you got the name. Before they call the police out there, you go on a civil rights devotion. And it'll tell you what is going on. Let them record their camera. Stop. You got to be able to walk off on what is going on. Go on the U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights. Google. Got the street name, got the store location. What do you do to understand it? But you don't do violence on somebody. And if a police, your thing is to get down on the ground. One thing, before they step out the car, I got my hands up. Because I got to make things safe for them. So I don't want them to think, because one police officer, while she tried to pull her hand, and every other police officer felt comfortable around me. I had my pockets in my hand, my pocket before. And she was out to do something unirrational. Her behavior. So I had met plenty of other police officers in their time, and they felt comfortable. So she was about to do something last year unirrational that's going to cost her a job and be put to death. Ain't no police officer not going to sit in their jail. I want you to know right now what is going on here. I want you to know right now. Now, you know what you did with those calls. You know you wrong. And I'm telling the DEA, don't do nothing stupid because you got some up your sleeves. Now, when I step back in that court, my lawyer, don't do nothing stupid. Now, you allow Trap Boy Freddy to sit up there in Dallas and he talking about his and antagonating the mindset, playing with the mindset, laughing, taunting the mindset. That's what he did in the community. You scared of your little brother MO3. When God told Moses to tell his people to paint the wall with blood, he know the non-believers going to be amongst the believers. You are hiding amongst you, driving amongst them. And that's a big problem for me. You did the same thing in 2000, and the community, the regular community was doing it too. I don't have to lie. But I'm not going to play this game where God is not going to play this game with you. Dallas and South Dallas lies, man. You're in and after with business in Bombay and Houston with that bull crap, man. Nobody got time for child. And shout out to Lakewood, Joy and Victoria. Much love. I don't know what everybody, I hope somebody feels safe. Much love. Because this is about peace when you don't have understanding of those things. So we're going to start a Walmart industry. Kids are going to have credit cards. You're going to be able to work. You're going to be able to get with other businesses. We're going to be able to do something big in the community. This is for everybody. Big Lots having music industry. Kroger, this is some. If Kroger's want to participate in this big event, Tom Thumbs want to participate. We're talking about unique and something big here. Every business participating in this situation. We're talking about something that's going to be able to bring everybody a while of joy. Entertainment, restaurants, Whataburger, everybody that participate in certain things. We are going to create something that's beautiful in what we want to do. But I don't need, that. We're going to hire 100 we're going to create 100 more jobs for people to go and help disability out with CBLs and doing these things where the regular employee do not want to hang out at. But I need this to stay forward. Like James always told me, it's about business. And I'm trying to keep my mindset get together for the greater good. And that's the thing that we have to know. And we have to know. So my job is to be over the disability department. And what that is, as a CEO, we're going to hire 100 people in every store around the world. 100 people, hire 100 people in every store around the world. While a regular employee don't want to help, don't want to spend time, we're going to have 100 more people go to each Walmart, because Ticket to Work program, all they do is fill out an application. They don't do nothing else. And when I asked Miss Tammy to come in, she didn't want to help. So we are talking about bad misconduct where employees, like you got a ticket to work from, don't want to spend the time. They want to fill out the applications, but they don't want to spend the time on the challenges. And sometimes I did my CBLs by myself. I didn't trust me. I had to many times by myself. So can we do this together? Because I don't want to sue Walmart. This I did not want to get this. I do not want to sue Walmart here. And that was never my idea. You know when I came back to 2996, you know what I thought when I was so happy to come back. It was something that's great. I thought the last time when they hired me, they didn't want to hire me back at first. They said, Hubert, we gonna get to the bottom of this right now. And I was so happy it's a clean state. And whatever they found out, and you gotta stay keep the positive out what's going on. When I talked to the career management at Walmart after they did what they before they did what they did in 2000, say Hubert, Hubert, you do deserve to be rewarded. And I gotta think that the positive things out of everything. I gotta think about the positive things out of everybody. And if we think about the negativity things, how will we go? We got to keep the pot. I read this magazine at the CVS, and I got it over here, and it says you might have a bad day as long as you carry your day out with a good day. And I got the other magazine in here talk about the lifestyles, the create lifestyle that I brought at the CVS over here. We are talking about some. I didn't never want to do this. This is never my kid. I just wanted them to hear me out. And I was able to do that. I was able to stick my neck out there and call and get on HBO and Twitter. And I never wanted to do that. That would never run my attention. But sometimes when people don't want to listen, you have to go to a certain thing. And I think is where we create a portal, a Walmart employee complaint portal of leadership. Because I called back there when I was on the clock and nobody didn't answer their phone. And I feel like James wasn't hearing me. So I called back there and some of the lines kept ringing. So I had no other choice. I called back there. I did everything in a rotation of going through the manager channels. And then in the back room, they got all of the Walmart, the steps of what you're trying to take. And I would look back there, and I told James in the meeting, I told James one time we on the phone, he's somewhere else. I said, James, the same thing is not going to happen at that store. The same thing is not going to happen at that store. And I want James. If Damon Miller going to be on that, talk about it. I want him. And, I want James. If I get people on and a manager get mad because, you say I ain't friendly with everybody, see me, and he see that. Getting mad because, you say I ain't friendly, but they trying to break that bond. And the employees never got to know me real well. So everybody never got, y'all just going off and you never have got to know me. How would you know until you get to know somebody? And I think that's the biggest problem that I'm having at this Walmart. How would you know me until you get to know me? You know what I'm saying? So how would you know until you actually get to know me and understand me? So I want to understand to every Walmart employee and plus the Walmart in my community and employee. You got to get to know me first before you start trouble and your body motions acting up. Get to know me. I ain't a bad person. My benders, me and the benders, they wanted me to come to their team so much. And I missed them because everything, Coca-Cola benders and everybody, and they try to get me, say, Hubert, you come to our team. And they so great, man. And I gotta give it to them because they do their job and they do help us out when Charles and Steve get maintenance to do everything. And one day they coming in at 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning. They got cardboard trash everywhere because Charles abuses his power and Steve and Jeff and Russell and them. And it's everywhere. None of the business can't come in. None of them can. Cardboard trash everywhere. And one day, one of the vendors said, Hubert, I'm gonna help you out. And the vendors, the Coca-Cola vendors, and they started, Hubert, let's get this battle together. And let's do this together. As a team, they doing helping me out when they don't even have to because they gotta get their products in the store. And Steve don't know how to operate. Charles don't know how to operate. They don't know how to operate. And they let me tell you, it takes a team effort. Everybody is how Charles operates is the problem. One thing I worked at Charles, everybody kept playing about Charles but never do no actions. I'm gonna tell you what got mad at Charles in 2018 and 17, 2018. He come, all the employees at 1216 saw me in there. And they looked kind of disturbed. And Charles shook my hand and he's acting unprofessional. And I said, "What's the problem? What's going on here?" And Robert don't get Robert acting that's your store manager. Charles acting unprofessional because he gave up when racism was in part. I'm not worried about that, man. I can't worry about a stubborn man. We have to worry about now. It's something that's big. We have to worry about now that's going on here. And we can't worry about other things that's going on in this format, right? So can we understand the business side and what we want to do in life and handle these things? Trust me, James taught me. He taught me some things, and you know what I told James? I want Doug Miller to realize something when I first told James in an interview when he first met me. I want you to know what I told James. I want James. I don't know where he's at. Let me show you what I can do when I get on that floor. And I'm asking you. God is asking you. Jesus said, I'm asking you, let me show you what I can do. The same when I told James when I was able to get on that clock, when I met him in that interview, Desmond Miller, American people and everybody in the communities, let me show you what I can do. Let me show you what Jesus can do and show them the ability that we have. Is you ready? We are talking about a Walmart industry. We are talking about people giving people the Texas music office. We teaming up with Chase. And we're giving kids credit card to stay in school. We are doing stuff. My ability, we are going to be doing things that nobody's going to do. And I know I'm going to have to listen. Trust me, I understand. But remember, when it comes to my growth, I have a big understanding of my ability to follow through and learn. That's one thing I'm not going to be turned to do when it comes to my growth. And that's the thing. You know, one of my coworkers that work at 12299 he talks about how school paid for her. She paid for things. And I know what I got to do when it's time to say I'm going to hire me a tutor. I'm going to do all of these things. And one thing she told me, Hubert, closed mouths don't get fed, one of my managers. And I used to get on their butt all the time, man. Rebecca husband, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I work with him and at 1216, and he know me a lot. So I figured when I started working there, and I can actually depend on him to just get on his nerves every time for something. So he was getting a little agitated because I figured when I got to the store, Lord, thank God that Rebecca's husband is over here. And I was like, man, you know, if you have somebody you work with that's a manager at night and husband, and you're like, God damn, and God damn that somebody work here, like literally. And I was just getting on his nerves every time he was, you gotta wait, stop calling. You don't give me the key to the trash compactor. So me just constantly getting on their nerves, and I know what I want to do and to keep up, and I know what I want to do. And that was the most important goal for me. Like, hold up, I worked with them before, and like I said, I don't got Steve, I don't got Charles here. I can work at my own pace, and that's the greatest thing of them all. Just dependent on your managers, and I could just bug Rebecca. He was getting kind of agitated, and everybody said, Hold up, all right, you're not giving me a key because that trash compactor gonna get full, and I'm doing the call boys." And Russell Chris taught me how to make the bells, put the stick on the bell, and do those things and and those are the things that we just getting the concept of it, man. And I refuse to act like it ain't good people out here in this world, guys. Don't let no rapper tell you nobody cares because Chris was a good man. He didn't have the same color skin as me. Him and his wife, and he said he would have a good time. And I never forget that. Every time we was on the scrubber, he said, that's how I learned how to ride a scrubber and do a scrubber at the store because he said, Hubert, listen to me. He got, when the water was on the slope, Hubert, you don't try that. And I think Charles was getting mad because Grizz was taking me to the corporate office store across the street. And he was getting mad at all of these things because I'm going to the building across the street from 1216. And I went a couple of times, me talking to everybody in the building, and Grizz kept me on his side. And I think that was kind of confusing him with his behavior, man. And and I'm going to tell Doug Miller something. How you think I get that electric pad? If you go at the cameras, and I got a machine and I'm using an electric pallet jack with the key in it. And you know what Grizz say? Mess that, Hubert. You know what he said? I'm gonna teach you. You don't need that CBL. You know what he said? You don't need that license to get on that computer. He gave me that badge, everything. He had to teach me 3 times. Ever since then, when the claim truck comes, hey Hubert, let's put that down. I'm gonna help. Ever since then, me and him work together. That's what teaching. I refuse to let that stop and think that's good people in this world. Grizz didn't have to, Grizz, let me tell you something. Charles never did told Grizz to help me out, to teach me anything. Grizz the one that decided to step in. I need you, but I need him. Grizz the one that told me I need him. I need him. Grizz the one that worked with me every day, and I never forget him. I look at my pictures. I was shy. Grizz don't even know at the Texas Motor Speed. I was shy. I never been to a Texas Motor Speeder, and it was something that is new to me, and I'm shy as heck. I'm shy as heck, and I'm shy, and I don't know what's going on here. And I'm just shy as a mud right now. And when I'm shy, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going. Like I'm meeting beautiful women, but I'm actually meeting the spies. And it's cold one day. You know out here in Texas, you gotta understand it get hot and cold, and it's cold. Me and Greg got the monopolies, and it's cold as a mud. And I had the most amazing time with Greg. When Greg left, Greg was gonna leave anyway. He got tired of them treating me, and he would get his forklift. Oh, Hubert, I'm not gonna allow this to go on like this. And sometimes he will. And if you look at the cameras, and you can see it outside, you got Walmart cameras, right? Then you got to keep it outside the building, right? Grizz would take his forklift and he say, "Hubert, I need to put these bastards on these things and tie the rope, and we're gonna take it to the side because he can't do it no more." And my one of my friends, Mirza's baby mama, and she knows something was wrong with me. And she like we've been with each other since kids. Mirza's baby mama, so she like we all know each other, and she can tell something was wrong. It's like, but what's wrong? And something was wrong with me, and she walked off, and she couldn't take it. What Charles and them was about, and I can tell about me because Marissa's baby mama got a pool. She got everything. She got a whole lot of stuff in the house. We would go to her house, and we go have a good time, and we all growed up together. So, and everything we all growed up together. So, um, we all growed up together, and I never like and I had a great time. I would go to Home Depot with Grizz. He would just teach me stuff out, and I was able to go. Shout out to Tarja Russ in Louisville, Miss Brittany, because I also learned something, and they closed down, and they taught me how to bend. I was able to go to a store, and they taught me how to bend. And one guy say, I don't know, he would be so proud of me if he would have known when I went back to Walmart and Robin was scared. Robin was scared that you got to see his face, guys. When I came back after Toys R Us and he taught me how to bend, he taught me how to do the product, he taught me how to do stuff in my own way and how to learn. And him and Brittany and them and everybody at that Toys R Us, and they taught me in my own way. So and and this is the greatest thing out of them all, and I never forget that the greatest thing out of them all, and where we able to understand each other a lot more. And I wish they was right here right now, Miss Brittany and everybody that was in Louisville, 2018 and 17. I wish everybody would just, man, they would be so proud of me, like just working with me. I remember I'm trying to teach it, and then he told me to watch it. Everything he doing, we all learn in our different way. You know, we all learn, and that's how you think why they got the merchandise up there, with the letters and stuff up there, because we did something in Toys R Us, and I was telling them all, and we did stuff, and how we dropped the product all by letters and by numbers, and just us working together, and just and just doing that. I think I had a good experience, and they even called and checked up on me when I come back, but I had problems with Social Security. And she even wanted Hubert, what's going on? They called, and I remember that voice when they called in Louisville, and everybody, the team members. Um, and we just doing the things that we are doing, you know. In 2019, me and Sabina handled our problems. We got everything good, and and her mom and dad said it's not time for us to be together. But Mirza's behavior when in Stanton in 2019 was unexplainable. So I don't got time for all of those things that's going on and those things. But starting to get paranoid, they ain't gonna, and starting to get uncomfortable, handle business in a nice way, and don't do that the way. We're talking about creating a Walmart industry. We are talking about Walmart. Texas music got an industry. Walmart industry is going to be the most biggest impact. And we are talking about things that were creators and everybody can have a smart thing. Target music industry, Kroger, Tom Thumb's music industry. We are talking about something that's going to be big for everybody. Look, if I had a chance to go back in the back room right now, because they had a karaoke in 2996, and nobody wanted to get on that karaoke machine. Nobody wanted to get on that karaoke machine. I said back there all the time, hold up, should I go on that karaoke machine? And nobody, I can't go back there because I'm not on the clock. Until Damon Miller and other CEOs come to understanding about and come to understanding here. I'm not allowed to go back in that room, so I gotta respect everything that was going on, and I don't think they gave me a great understanding. I have an understanding. You got to understand what I'm expecting. So um Pastor Joy and Victoria, I wish everybody safety. Love everybody, and no, we just need more things. Nobody shouldn't have got in that anyway. You always talk about spiritual behavior. So let's do these things. Let's get these things and this. We can create some big. If our kids will be on track, Target. Oh man, look. Let me tell you, Atlanta Target is great. I don't know Hampton, Georgia. No, I told James that, and James, come on, James. I wish he was right here, right now. James, you remember by that door? I told you I didn't promise that I was gonna come back. I was gonna see the personalities. I wanted to go figure out the personality. And James looked at me and rolled his eyes. Not talk about it. Not talk about this. So let's talk about it. I told the police officer yesterday I wanted Taylor Swift to win, right? That was because I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I told her last night because I caught the end of the game, and I was already outside last night, and I told the Wale police officer I wanted them to win. I was going on because Taylor Swift, that's Taylor Swift boyfriend, and I'm gonna tell her Raymond loved Taylor Swift. That Taylor Swift boyfriend, and everything. So I said something to the police officer yesterday, and what they did, and she to be sure I want, you know, and I was telling my stepdad is from a Cowboy fan. He heard I was talking about Cowboy, and my auntie a Cowboys fan. So, and that's the biggest thing. So, and I'm not trying to diss in Dallas. It's just the how to certain. We talking about politics. We talking about how people act. And I actually came up with an idea for the NFL, and I was talking to the women's league, and we was gonna have kids talk to the We were gonna have kids, the Cowboys. We're gonna have NFL team, the reporters going to train the kids, to interview with the thing. But we also coming up with Walmart News Channel. Walmart is gonna have a news channel. This is something that's gonna happen. Walmart News Channel, Walmart Network, Walmart News Channel. We are going to do something big here. So same thing with same thing with Kroger, same thing with Target. Everybody, we are starting to target music industry. But Walmart is going to go digital. This is what Walmart is going to do. You're not going to just be able to buy CDs. We're talking about Walmart digital downloads. You got Christian version and Walmart version. We're talking about going digital with everything on here. Everybody, some kids that's able to do these things. So let's just keep it moving. I can't participate with Trap Boy Freddy behavior. He got some issues in his community. He got some really issues, man, and he needs some help. He need when he get out, he needs to stay on the therapy. I'm saying he don't need a check. I'm really thinking he need a check, man. He needs some help, man. He ain't know what's gonna cause him to get a check. Lyme syndrome check. That's the thing. A Lyme syndrome check. Antagonating the mind, playing with the mindset. Everybody that was in that community, not just the regular community, we know what happened. So in 2019, and after me and Sabina settled our problems, we wanted kids, and it was a great story because we wanted kids, and we actually settled our problems, and what we did, and it was a great. I come back after me and her dad and mama get into an argument, and I totally agree with this situation. It's not time yet, so I had a dream that we had a little girl, and I was able to look into. I just had a dream yesterday, last night, that somebody was trying to stop me from something, and I was able to look in a black woman's spirit, and she was looking at me, and I was able to see her spirit inside of our eyes, deeper. So this is about something that is an understanding of what's going on here, and of what's else going on. So to understand, then yesterday this Mexican and them behaving, they said nobody got time for that, man. So nobody got time for that misconduct. That little girl walking past, girl, look, at 14, 15 years old, I'm cashing checks. And why me and Sabina, me and Demira, me and Christina had problems because I didn't want to meet her friend. I'm 14, 15, I'm cashing 15 checks. And I don't care what Renee say. I'm a stalker. You always got a lady that like to lie. And like to lie, man. That got a problem. And we don't got time for a lady that like to lie in her own problems at Walmart corporations. Renee, you're gonna regret what you lied about because to this day, they asked me, Hubert, in 2000, I thought you was gonna come back. Let me tell you something. I can go right now, right now at this moment to a Walmart down the street, a Big Lots down the street, and I don't have to put any other reference on there, and I can just put that reference. And Big Lots always played the part of disability, and I don't have to use anybody else's store. And I get them to call everybody. We don't got time for liars. We don't got time for narcissist behavior, and we don't have time for those things and those moments, right? It's about control and balance and what we want to have. So I'm not trying to start no trouble here. I'm trying to keep this good in the middle. If you want to lose something and you want to keep it, let's keep it together. You got to see value when you see value. But God and Jesus did not have value. And I want Doug Miller to realize, God, you know why God and Jesus did not have value? Because they was misunderstood. They were still a mystery. And nobody truly understands the Spirit of God. Nobody truly understands. We are still learning. Everybody is still learning. And I came up with this idea where other churches we're going to come together and every kid's going to tell a story about God and how they feel about it. And the rest of those things. So how can we understand what's good for business? What's good for business over here? And this is what's good for business. We would have somebody at the Walmart going to the Walmart complaint site on the employee, got their manager name. We got everything that's going on. There's a portal, a Walmart complaint employee portal. You're going to be able to go in, and every day somebody's going to be able to hear that Walmart complaint portal complaint. We can handle things, and if it's a manager, as anything behind it, we're going to be able to hear that. This is going to be something. So I don't got time for those things. I just found out when I just saw one of the Chinese friends, Chinese girl at McDonald's and Mexican girl, but I had a Chinese Vietnamese, not Chinese, Vietnamese. She had an older sister and Karen. She had two other sisters, and I used to go by their house. They know I was in a relationship, so they never crossed that line. Um, and they never crossed that line with me. And at the time as a teenager, and we didn't even think of each other like that at that time. We didn't even think of each other because they had an older sister and two other sisters. Because I was just on a whole nother level. My mind was on my girlfriend in school and work at that time, and I used to their house, and they used to cook and stuff. Girls used to just they had and they Vietnamese, not Chinese, Vietnamese. And they used to just cook the greatest food. They got an older sister, mom and dad, mom them. And I used to chill by their house. We used to be great. And yeah, and see a big character, And I always had people that I could go by and not complain when I was a kid. And people, parents used to just be great with me. And you got to thank everybody role just for playing a part of those things. You know, um, some people, and we got to thank everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about. I was just busy at 14 and 15 on cashing checks, going to school, going to thrift stores, going to other businesses in Dallas. I was busy. And Sabina's mom used to pass by on the aisle and see me stop. I worked in a furniture department. I'm not gonna let nobody lie like that, man. When I worked with Edward and them, and they played the big part of this having things, and I worked with Edward and them, and they played the big part of things. I'm not gonna let nobody lie, and that's the concept of it. Hey, how y'all doing today? Love you too. So me, I was in, I gotta thank my mom because my mom let me do stuff. I was in the Boy Scouts in New Orleans. I was in a band. I gotta thank them for everything, and for a preacher to say something like that toward, what did these kids know? And I gotta be a lot thankful for a lot of things, and a lot thankful for a lot of things that's going on. And I think that's the greatest thing of them all. But a girl don't realize when she think I didn't want to meet her friends. It's not that I have a lot to do, and she thought I rejected her. I said, Christina, I did not reject you when I was in Atlanta. No, but you left. My friend Taylor that worked at U-Haul, and I got her. I hope she didn't, because I got her on to talk about something. And she asked me about you, and I'm like, who she is? You never brought a girl around the job. And you never brought somebody around here. And they asked, I said, she's just an old girlfriend of mine. And I helped out, and she thought I denied her. But if you can't see what's in front of you, and I met her friend from California. She's a good person. California, I met the girl, and I met the person, and they family. So I'm not really tripping off all of that. I met them. Christina introduced me when she left to California. And I think they're great people, that Christina in California. So, and I met them. So I'm not really, and they probably don't know. Christina told me about them. So, and when she left to go to California. So I met them. We had a great time. Um, It's about the understanding of where we going at here. But she think I rejected. But if you can't see what's in front of you, how can you understand it if you can't see what's in front of you? How can you understand it if you can't see what's in front of you? And she thought I rejected her. But if you decided to walk and we chilling at the Taco Bell and you decided to walk and go off where you want to go, I'm not denying you. But if you decided to walk, like, yeah, a girl need to see what's in front of them. I had a person that ran from, we sit by the park every night. We sit by the park, and she felt a little uncomfortable because that's not where her heart be. I said, you could have stayed back. Why you have to run away? My mom already let people stay at my house. Already let people stay at my house already. And I already let people stay at my house already. And and things. And 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 she left and ran, and I used to knock on her door every day, and we used to talk and CFP, and when I was a kid, and and then she ran away from home, and her mom was telling like, hold up, that's when girls don't want to see what's in front of them, and yeah, and I'm like, hold up, and I couldn't tell her nothing if we at the park in the middle of the night, and she's running away from home, and you can't have Cuba. And it didn't even have to be a 6 week. We can take the time to get to know each other in something that's greater as a teenager. You know, you felt uncomfortable, and I remember her eyes with the glasses she had. She was white. She had glasses on, and the things that and those things, and yeah, man, and I was like, I was so mad. Like she came back. Her mama told me she ran away from home and she went off to another state. And this I was devastated when she left, and that she had left and ran, and because I was really liking her and I was gonna take time. I really at that time I was actually I couldn't cross that line anyway. So other things was going on at that time. I couldn't cross that line at that time anyway, but so things can be built with another black girl, so that went to Smith, so and plus Dolores, so I was in a relationship with so at Smith, um um so let's just understand the things of patience here and understand where can we go with patience and determination and how we're gonna go. I'm gonna be getting on here and we're gonna be doing more verses today. We're gonna be doing stuff and I don't know who they talking about. Nobody ain't really done with me. These horoscopes. It's a trip. And I don't even know if they talking about me, but nobody not really. You know, none of my women, none of the people, none of my lovers never say we done. Um, I got a lot of issues I have to work out with a lot of past, and it's gonna be worked out in a different way on my teenagers' behavior. So I'm not worried about that. Me, Desmond Miller, and I gotta keep the stuff that Walmart told me, the career management told me, and but I need this. This is something I need to create. I need to create this journey right now, and I need to do this. So I'm not. As long as I'm gonna have to call Desmond Miller and see what's going on. I was gonna call him today without no argument. I don't want to fuss with y'all, man. That was never my intention. when I was on the clock. But I warned everybody, man, and that's sad, man, that I have to go through this. It's sad when you don't want to sue and you don't want to go through this, bro. You don't want to go through these things, and you thought things was gonna be different when you go. And I wish it didn't have to be like this. Sometimes you wish, but you left people with no choice. So me going to corporate office, we're gonna have school seminar. We're gonna be going to schools. We're gonna be creating more jobs. We're gonna be doing stuff. More employees can focus on stocking and doing everything. And I remember I used to have my little FM radio stations out there. And go out there in the parking lot with my FM radio stations. Yeah, yeah, guys. I used to have fun with the little FM radios and used to go here. I used to have the little FM things.